And a very pleasant good afternoon as we welcome you in onto the Facebook Live portion of the program. We're joining radio here just a little late and getting ready to talk Penn State, Michigan. Apologize, we had a few technical issues and have them resolved here, and definitely getting ready to go for Penn State, Michigan, 12 noon. I keep wanting to make it a 3:30 game. Wishful thinking on my part. A noon kickoff Saturday at Beaver Stadium, and the Nittany Lions, of course, in dire need of a big win in one of these big games, Michigan or Ohio State. And obviously, the Ohio State opportunity already came and went. And Chris Buganani will be joining me shortly. The dear Goon is off today, needs some extra time to prepare for his victory celebration on Saturday after the Nittany Lions' big upset win over the Wolverines. And of course, a lot of the talk this week is still on the off-field stuff with Michigan and the stealing of signals and all of that stuff. And so how much of that is actually a distraction, how much of that is just going to be a uniting force for the Wolverines? I don't know that we'll necessarily even have an answer to that on Saturday. I think this Michigan team, I mean, listen, this is a veteran team. They are very motivated to try to go win not just another Big Ten title, but they are geared up to try to win the national championship this year. And I really don't believe that the issues here surrounding the sign stealing controversy is going to do much in the way of detracting from Michigan's preparations here for the Nittany Lions. And, from Penn State's perspective, yep, a whole lot on this game. And Penn State, it was interesting. I was on another show earlier today, and we were just talking about how meaningful this game is. And I pulled out the old Joe Paterno. Hey, at the end of the day, this is a GAME game. It is a big game. It is an important game. Yes, in the moment, it will help define in the moment the at least perception and for the time being the legacy of James Franklin. But there's a couple of things. At least for me, as I sit back and look at this. One is, at the end of the day, Penn State is a program that obviously is trying to get to the national championship. I mean, that is the ultimate goal. And Penn State is one of, I don't even know how many programs you would say is realistically looking at that as a goal. Now, how realistic, I guess, you think that is, and how many teams are actually in that conversation, debatable. But I think when you look at in the moment, again, this is Penn State loses this game Saturday. It's going to be, okay, yep, James Franklin, a good coach, Penn State, a good program, but come on, they're never going to be elite. They're never going to be thought of the way we think of the Ohio States or the Georgias or the Alabamas. They'll be thought of, maybe with the Notre Dames, but certainly with the Washingtons, the Oregons, and by the way, not bad company for a program to be around. But the other part of it is, okay, if James Franklin wins this game, right in the moment, it's going to be like, all right, Penn State is over the hump. And hang on just a second. We're trying to get the radio part set up here. Give me just a moment. We're trying to do a couple of things at once here. So when you look at from Penn State's perspective, this game in and of itself, again, it's a big game, but if Penn State wins it, and then Ohio State turns around and beats Michigan, and Penn State is not in the playoffs again and plays a New Year's Six Bowl again and wins against a good quality opponent again, I don't know how much the perception actually changes for the Penn State program. Yes, they get a big win over Michigan. Michigan has not really been the albatross around the neck here for the program. We're going to take just a timeout here for a moment on Facebook Live, and we'll be right back here with the live stream and on the radio as well.